Welcome back. This is how our topology will look like throughout this video course. On my left hand side, I've got the local area network that belongs to the subnet of 10.20.20.0/24. On the local area network, I have two hosts. The first host will be our management station. In this case, I'll be using an Apple Macintosh. The management station will be assigned an IP of .10. The second host in the local area network will be my Microsoft Server 2016 that will act as an Active Directory controller. It will be assigned an IP of .240. And of course, I've got my virtual switch over here. Moving on, I've got the DMZ subnet over here. And then the DMZ belongs to the 172.20.20.0 subnet. Within the DMZ, I've got one host that will be our Linux server. And then on my WAN side, which is the wide area network, it belongs to the subnet of 192.168.20.0/24. The WAN will have two hosts, and one of the hosts will be a Windows client machine, which will be assigned a .10 IP address. And then I have a Linux client that will be assigned a .20 IP. And of course, all three subnets will be segregated by a firewall, which is the Kerio Control UTM. So the firewall will have three network interface cards. On the left-hand side, the interface card will be attached to the local area network and assigned an IP of .99. In the middle, I've got the network interface card assigned to DMZ, also an IP of 99. And finally, the third network interface card, which is on my right-hand side, will be attached to the wide area network, will also be assigned a .99 IP address in the respective subnet. Moving on, you can see that I've got a NAT gateway here. The NAT gateway will not be configured by us. It will be auto-configured by your hypervisor. In our case, we'll be using VMware. So VMware will automatically configure the NAT gateway on an IP of .2. So the NAT gateway will actually help us to break out to the internet. So all the traffic that originates from the LAN, DMZ, even the WAN, in this case, needs to go through the NAT gateway in order to break out to the internet. Please note that all these IP addresses are private. Even the WAN, I've assigned an IP, a private IP for our lab. So in a production environment, the WAN most of the time will be assigned a public IP so that it can break to the internet. But so far, this topology will help us to achieve our goals. Please note that this lab environment can be configured in GNS3 or EVE next generation. You can also use a hypervisor such as VMware or VirtualBox. In this case, I will use VMware Workstation for two reasons. The first reason is that VMware is simple and straightforward. The second reason is that like any other hypervisor, I'll be able to take snapshots and revert back to snapshots if something goes wrong.